cases began surfacing in many parts of the world. Mexico City wasn't the only city suffering the consequences that came from the swine flu. Collective hysteria and paranoia were filling people's heads. Some cases showed up in New York.
I don't know, I can't, I guess if I wanted to be dramatic, I could say it's really serious and I'm terrified, but I don't really know. If people are dying in Mexico City, that's pretty serious, and if it's spreading, I don't know. Definitely, I don't really know all of the, I don't know how the certain health organizations, World Health Organization, works to contain it, but I would assume they're doing the best they can. I would hope so. Sure, it could spread. I guess I read that it spreads just by like coughing, sneezing, touching, which is, if it spreads that way, then I imagine it would spread pretty quickly with the public transportation and everything here, which is kind of scary. So yeah, I hope that they're doing all they can to stop it, but it could definitely spread quickly.
The collective hysteria affected medical and pharmaceutical businesses. Everybody wanted to get their hands on some antiviral medication.
I'm a student at Hunter College, getting my master's in public health, and I also manage a sort of mom and pop style pharmacy down in Soho. So I can tell you people are already freaking out. I have doctors trying to get Tamiflu, but there isn't any. It's people have already panicked and wiped out what was available for us right away. That doesn't mean it's not available from the manufacturer, it just means that probably our distributor wasn't anticipating such a rush, and so they're out of stock until they get some more.
And Tamiflu, and what is that?
It's antiviral medicine that's commonly used to treat the flu. Well, we don't usually sell that much Tamiflu. We sold a lot when avian flu became a big scare, but I think we've only ordered 8 or 9 boxes in the last year. And I mean, it's used to treat any kind of flu. So I think we expect that we'll get more of it in. It's just wasn't available yesterday for our regular order. We tried to order a dozen and only 2 came in. But I know that officials have been trying to reassure us and say that, it's coming. But the problem is that people are freaking out and they want to just keep it on hand, which means that if somebody does have the flu, even if it's not swine flu, if it's a little old lady with a bad flu late in the year, they're not going to have access to Tamiflu, which, if it's a little old lady, could potentially save their life.
Anybody. Because New York is filled with so many people that do different jobs and they pass each other on the subways and the streets. So people do have some little worry. For, let's say, a country like the US, I wouldn't say not too much once it's caught early. But for a country such as Mexico, where the health system is not that, prevalent, it could be something devastating, as is apparent right now. For although the amount of people that have caught it here, it's been nothing serious. They just caught it and it's been treated. So.
Well, it's Mexico, as in medical technology. They're really behind than United States. Plus the medicine, United States has a really big backup, and they can control if something gets in full-blown situation. So, but it is a disease and it is airborne. So you really you can't really say. But I mean, since United States is ahead of the Mexico, I don't think the case will turn into Mexico City.
It's basically more in Mexico than in the United States. Like you said, there's only been 8 people that have gotten here. In Mexico, I think it's been like 300 victims already with that disease. So, you know, if you feel like you got body ache and you got fever for 2 days, what you should do is go to the doctor and check yourself out. You know, it's kind of dangerous. People have died from it. I think it's very dangerous because of what I heard. Like, I think 300 people died already. You know, they just found this disease.
Meanwhile, the people of Mexico City are living out their lives, but the consequences are seen everywhere. Schools, offices, social clubs, all closed. But are people taking it seriously? A state of emergency was declared that holds to this day.
Pues ojalá que no se ponga más grave, ¿no? Porque sí está grave la situación.
Algunas personas lo veremos con más con más grado de miedo, a lo mejor unas no, pero de que es grave, pues tiene mucha gravedad.
Pues yo creo que sí que hay que tomar tenemos que tomar precauciones porque estamos en el vórtice todos, como seres humanos estamos en el vórtice de que somos frágiles y cualquier cosa nos puede suceder.